Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to Monks in the Morning from Colombo Dhamma Friends of Mahameonawa. We're so glad that you're joining us today. When we start the day by doing meritorious things with our Kalyanamitta, like taking the precepts, chanting, and listening to the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma, then we know for sure that we'll have a good day. Do you know why? Because when the Supreme Buddha explained what a good day was, he said it's a day when you can practice his instructions. Even if the rest of the day seems bad, we can still say that we had a good day because we practiced the Supreme Buddha's teachings. I think many of you may be hearing about this virus that's spreading around the world. Today, the Bhante is going to help us think about this in a wise way according to the Supreme Buddha's teachings. That way, instead of feeling worried or scared, we can know how to protect not just our bodies, but most importantly, our minds. We'll also recite the Mora Paritta, so get your chanting book ready or click on the show notes link to follow online or download a PDF. But first, let's take the refuges and the precepts. Put your hands together and chant with us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Say after me, I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. With the refuge of the Noble Triple Gem, I observe these precepts.
for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, to escape from the sufferings of samsara. May it help me. May it be a blessing. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, these days the topic or the main topic that people talk and discuss is the coronavirus. What do you think? That's the main topic and the main thing that we talk at home and also with friends. So remember, these kinds of viruses or maybe calamities or disasters that takes away human beings, take the lives of humans, happen during Buddha's time as well, not only today. So when this kind of a disease is spread among people, so now the government had to lock down and make people to stay at home. Now remember, the ones who have money, they will survive somehow or other. But the ones who are depending on a daily wage, how would they survive? How could they find food? The ones who are depending on a daily wage are the ones who are working as servants, cleaners, drivers, then plumbers, then all these general workers. So they don't have extra money. Most of them, they have to spend all that money for their daily expenses. Then children, how can they survive? So from this coronavirus, we got to hear two kinds of news, three kinds of news. One group, the one who are affected, are living with fear and sadness because their lives are unpredictable. Then the second news is doctors, nurses, then there are many people who have dedicated their lives and with thoughts of loving kindness, with acts of loving kindness, they are helping the patients. So, and there's another group who are living negligently, enjoying having corona parties and then not taking particular precautions and living. So, from all these messages, we can take a meaning, a good message for our life through the Buddha's teachings. How can we do that, children? Now, even now when you on the TV at homes, what you hear is about coronavirus, the number of people, the amount of people who have died, and the ones who are suffering right now, and the new cases. So nothing pleasant to hear that much. So how can we take a message to our life, get a meaningful message for our life through these things that we hear these days because of the coronavirus? Now, if you hear how people are dying, if you hear that people are suffering a lot without having even a sick bed in a hospital to sleep, just seated outside the hospital, some are sitting under the trees, some are standing with children. So when you see such things, children, remember the Buddha's teachings. compare the reality of life. Think that this would have happened to me in my past lives as well. And this would happen to me today or tomorrow or in an upcoming birth. So when you think like that, just as Buddha said, to think, then you will not have the desire or a big hope to be born again and again. Now if we have not visited America, we will think, okay, in next life I will be born in America. In next life I will be born in that country, in this country. So we will be planning for things, only for the things that we see from our eyes, but not from the Buddha's eyes. Nibbana was seen by the Buddha's eyes. Divine worlds were seen by the Buddha's eyes. And the great Arahants saw that. So we also have the opportunity to practice this Dhamma and go to such a stage. So first of all, we should bear this knowledge, understand this knowledge, believe this Dhamma, and practice them to obtain results in future. Now we have seen dogs, we have heard about demons, but did we ever thought that we could become animals? We could become dogs, we could become ghosts? No, that was taught by the Buddha. See how Buddha is enlightening our minds, children. So like that we should believe in the gods and about the hell and the Nibbana as well. Therefore, children, we should be very mindful these days. So if you are hearing a bad news, think how dangerous this samsara is. Then you will get detached. Excellent, children. I hope you understand these things. Then when you hear the good actions done by people during this sad situation, then you should think how nice these people are. These people are cultivating wholesome actions. These wholesome actions will help these people in samsara, throughout the samsara. Then when you think like that, you will be happy. Then I told you in the beginning, there are groups of people who are just neglecting themselves, not taking necessary precautions and trying to spread this to others as well. Not believing this even. So when you look at such people, think how dangerous once we are born as foolish people. Luckily we were not. But in next life, if we are born as such foolish people, what will happen to us children? What will happen to other people? Now these people who are negligent, not taking particular precautions and harming others, violating the rules, they are accumulating a bad karma and ruining others' lives as well. So by looking at these things, don't get angry at people also. Take a message for our life. No point of crying. No point of becoming sad. If you really want to feel something, have compassion towards them. You should feel their sadness and practice the Dhamma and try to help them to the extent possible. If you can make donations for people who are suffering in terms of food or maybe shelter for the patients, try to do that. You can help the hospitals at this time. Think that when you help others, that will come behind us. Therefore, children, now I taught you the way to get a good message for our mind after hearing a bad news and a good news both. So, now children, this problem should be abandoned immediately, this coronavirus. So for that we should find medicine. And then the doctors should also dedicate, and also the other citizens should take necessary precautions. While doing these things, we should take the protection from the Buddha as well. Now once, back in Lord Buddha's time, an epidemic consisting of 3 fears broke out and affected the entire city of Visali in India, Vishala Mahanuwara in India. Because of a severe drought, there came a famine, and that is the first fear that prevailed over the city of Vishala. So even during Buddha's time, a severe drought has occurred. where Lechavis used to live. Then what happened? People starved, started dying. Then the people who died, what happened? They became demons. Then they had the fear of demons also. So they died with diseases because of they starved. Then what happened? Then they could not eat. Then they got diseases. They could not cure their diseases because no food, no medicine. Then what happened? People died. So because of these three fears, people suffered a lot back during Lord Buddha's time even. So the king couldn't do anything. Ministers couldn't do anything. Then Lechavis, the people from Vishala, went to the Buddha and requested the Blessed One to come and solve that problem. Then the Buddha, along with the monks, also with Venerable Ananda, visited Vishala Mahanuvara. When Blessed One was getting closer to Vishala Mahanuvara, it started raining. Huge rains fall. And then all the dead bodies were washed off. Entire Vishala city was cleansed. And then the Buddha preached the Ratana Sutta. And then, because of the presence of divine beings, demons couldn't stand any longer even. Most of them ran away. This is the time the Lord Buddha chanted the Ratana Sutta. So after the Blessed One preached the Ratana Sutta, Venerable Ananda took an alms bowl and poured water to that. And then again, Venerable Ananda chanted the Ratana Sutta and then sprinkled that water around the Vishala city. And then it became back to normal. So in the Ratana Sutta, one of the beginning stanzas is Yang kinchi vittang idava hurangva Saggesu ayang ratanam panitang Nano samang ati tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanam panitang. Whatever treasure in this world or in any other world, or whatever precious jewel in the heavens, none is equal to the Buddha. In Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. So, what happened, children? In the Ratana Sutta, the meaning is Yang kinchi vittang idava hurangva. Whatever treasure in this world or in any other world. Saggesu ayang ratanang panitang, or whatever precious jewel in the heavens. Nano samang atti tathagatena, none is equal to the Buddha. How can any other person be equal to the Buddha? We can't compare the Buddha to anyone in this world. Buddha was unique, children. He had an undefiled mind. His mind was like wind blowing through a net. When wind blows through a net, the wind does not get stuck in the net. In the same way, in Buddha's mind, unwholesome thoughts never got stuck, never disturbed the Buddha. Buddha's mind was like a lotus leaf that is untouched by water. How can we compare another person to the Buddha? He was unique, and he was mainly unique because he developed that mind without the guidance of a teacher. That's why Nano samangati tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang. None is equal to the Buddha. In Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth, may there be well-being. May there be well-being. So, chant the Ratana Sutta. The monks of Mahamevnav these days are chanting the Ratana Sutta 3 times a day. Morning 6 a.m., 12 noon, and then 9 p.m. So if you are living away from Sri Lanka, still there's a chance for you to join with this Ratana Sutta chanting through Kalamba Dhamma Friends website and also by the Shraddha TV website. So if you follow the Kalamba Dhamma Friends website and the Facebook, you will be able to chant the Ratana Sutta with the English subtitles. So that will help you. So dear children, these days try to chant Ratana Sutta as much as possible and bless the entire nation. May everyone get cured as soon as possible. May people find medicine for this coronavirus, and may all of us come back to normal and live lives peacefully and peacefully practice the Buddha's teachings and get back to our normal meritorious deeds. May everyone realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
More Paritta. Turn to page 33 in your chanting book. This Paritta is very famous and was actually used by the Supreme Buddha himself when he was still just a bodhisattva. In that life, he was a peacock and would chant these verses at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. You could do that too and get the same kind of protection. Now let's chant together.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Udetayang cakkumayeka raja harissavanno patavippabaso tantan namassami harissavannang patavippabhasang tayajja gutta vihare mudivasang. The sun, the one king with eyes, rises, spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. I pay homage to you, the sun spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. Guarded today by you, may I live through the day. Ye brahmana veda gu sabba dhamme te me namo te cha mampalayantu. Namattu buddhanang namattu bodhiya namo vimuttanang namo vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to their liberation. Imang so parittang katva moro charati esana. Having made this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock sets out in search of food. Apetayang cakkumayeka raja harissavanno pathavippabhaso tantang namassami harissavannang pathavippabhasang tayajja gutta vihare muratting. The sun, the one king with eyes, descends spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. I pay homage to you, the sun spreading golden rays and illuminating the great earth. Guarded today by you, may I live through the night. Ye brahmana veda gu sabba dhamme te me namo te cha mampalayantu. Namattu buddhanang namattu bodhiya namo vimuttanang namo vimuttiya. Those arahants who are knowers of all truths, I pay homage to them. May they keep watch over me. Homage to the enlightened ones. Homage to the fourfold enlightenment. Homage to the liberated ones. Homage to their liberation. Imang so paritang katva moro vasama kappaiti. Having made this protection, the Bodhisattva peacock lived happily. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
It was great to spend time with you again today. We hope that you learned something new, and we really hope that you can use what you learned as you go about the rest of your day. Do you remember the Bhante's advice for us to think about the coronavirus? We should remember that this is a part of samsara, and we should especially rejoice in all the good karma people are collecting by protecting others from the virus and treating patients. So, now let's share our own merits. Already today, even though we just spent a short amount of time together, we collected very powerful, good karma, good merits into our lives. We went for refuge. You took the 5 precepts, we listened to this Dhamma sermon on how to think wisely about this situation, and we recited the Mauraparita. So, all of these things are very powerful good karma. So, may all of our teachers, our teacher Lokasonya Hangsa, our parents, our relatives, our friends, may all heavenly beings rejoice in this merit. May they think about this good action with a happy mind. And through the power of this merit and the power of this rejoicing, may they soon experience for themselves the supreme bliss of Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sad, sad, sad. Namo Buddhaya.